don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you!
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the MM01. Yep, that's the box. Let's open it up here, and oh, what do we have here? Black Widow. Ooh, I love this packaging, don't you? This is Transform Elements Black Widow. Box. Oh, man, I'm digging that packaging. I gotta tell you. Bottom of the box, top of the box, we get MM01 Black Widow. Side of the box, more of that neat little psychedelic, you know, lettering. Back of the box, she looks like this. Okay, so we get finger pointing. We get what do you call it? Magnifying glass. We get webcam, and we get something that looks like they made recycle wrong. Okay. Why don't we crack the box open and see what we get? Alright, so let me adjust my camera here just a tinge. This is a Legend Scale Black Arachnia. At least that's what it's supposed to be. And she comes with, looks like 5 different parts. Why don't we zoom in here just a tinge so we can take a better look at the figure. And I can go over the accessories while we're doing it. Oh, pardon me. Okay, so to start with, we get this little black piece here, which it's nice shiny buttocks maybe? I don't know, we'll find out. We get 2 of these pieces, and I'm pretty sure they go around the side of the spider. Just looking at the instructions, or not the instructions, the box. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a little web pattern in there. Yeah, that's kind of neat, I guess. They didn't have to mold that in, but they sure enough did. And then we get this little thing right here, which I'm guessing is her gun. I can't tell if it's if it opens or moves or anything. I really can't. It doesn't feel like it does. I'll have to look in on this because it looks like it should come apart here. Oh, these rotate around. Okay, so yeah, alright. So yeah, this comes apart. I've never messed with this figure. We're looking at it live here, folks. So, well, it's live for me. It may not be live for you, but yeah, there's that. Then we get the instructions, which let me back out here a little bit. Pardon me. Looks like it transforms in 14 steps, so it does not appear to be a very difficult transformation. Haven't transformed it yet. Really don't know. Let's zoom in. We've got a little tiny figure here, and unfortunately this appears to be as close as I'm going to be able to zoom in on her. So, looking at the head sculpt, I like it. I like it quite a bit. She's got that webbing that she had in the cartoon on her breastises, boobies, whatever you want to call them. Her chest, how's that? Don't want to get in trouble with the censor. She's got, where's my spudger? She's got some paint details right here that you can see. They're aquamarine, I think is the term, the color. She's got the detailing right through here. She's got the eyes on her pelvic area. Yeah, I imagine there's a way to hook that up. Let's see here. She's got the black right here. This is plastic. Got the pretty little gold going right here. Can't tell what color her eyes are on the camera. She's got a little crest thing here, but it's really difficult to make out, and I don't know anybody that has a Predacon symbol small enough to go right there, but what do I know? She's got the hourglass on her back. You can see more of that teal right through here. Looks like she's got blue on her thighs right through here, although it's actually purple. It's like a really dark purple. It's not Galvatron purple. We have gold paint through here, looks like. This is flecked paint, and it looks really good. Let's see, if I didn't know better, I'd say the calves here aren't flecked, but then again, when you look at it on camera, it looks like it is. We've got some more of that purple plastic going on here, and gold right through here. Yeah, she's a finely detailed figure. Now, I think I paid $35 for her at TF Source. That's a lot of money for me to spend for something this small, but the paint helps. To give you a sense of scale here, to the top of her head is about 3.5 inches. So we'll do this two ways. Shoulder to shoulder, we're looking at about an inch. The widest point on the things here is about 4 inches. Excuse me. Depth wise, well, her boobs stick out a bit, but she's better than, let's call it an inch, because these stick out past everything else. Yeah, articulation. The head can look all the way up, so as Emgo would say, she can go squirrel. So there's that. She can't really look down all that much. There's no light piping or anything. Goes all the way around. Yes, it does. So there's that. And it's a ball joint, feels like. Yeah, it is. You can see it right there. Right there. You can't probably, but right there's the ball joint. You can see it. So that's the head articulation. The arms can go out all the way. So she can go wee, just like that. They are ball joints. You can see the ball joint right here. Interesting. This collar piece is a separate piece. You can see the ball joint right there. So she gets lots of articulation in the arms. The elbow gets you over 90 degrees, so that's good. And it's ball joint, so you get your rotation right there as well. You can't really get oh, so this is a separate piece. Take it as you get it, folks. Take it as you get it. At 90 degrees, you get your rotation right here. The wrist is a solid piece. It doesn't move. It's always going to be like that. There's no ab crunch at all, although I guess you could fake it like that with the hips, but that doesn't really count, does it? We don't count that. Let's see here. Can she do the splits? We're on T-jointed ball joints. T-jointed ball joints that go that far out. She has no ankle articulation, no rocker. So that's as far as she can go that way. She can go forward that far. She can go back. She can kick herself in her head like that. Thigh swivel is built around that T-jointed ball joint, so it's not the greatest, but it is there. Knees, was a single or no? That's a double. So she can kick her own butt. And the feet, the toe can come down, and that's the foot articulation. I suppose the next thing I need to do is, pardon me as I move the camera, I suppose the next thing I need to do is figure out where the other parts go and do the shots of her and scale comparison. So why don't I go ahead and do that. So I have to begin by saying the directions for this are trash. I mean, there's just no other better way of putting it. They're trash. She's such a small figure. I'm going to do my level best to try and keep all this in frame. I have transformed her successfully once, so we'll start with that and go from there. The first thing that we want to do is take her gun here, and this just saves us a step later on. Go ahead and unpeg it like this. Alright. This is going to peg in between her legs with those tabs right there. So we'll keep that in mind. Alright, now for the figure herself. And if you noticed, I have replaced the one with all the eyes with this one. This was fine, but she's got all those eyes on the back of her head, so I'm leaving it at that. Let's see here. The first thing we want to do is her appendages here are on 2 pegs, as you can see right there. So we need to pick those up and bring them back, rotate them around, rotate the head around, and kind of just set everything back there for right now. Come here, grab your trusty spudger, lift up on this panel right here, he says as he struggles. There we go. I rotated it around so that it would go in there. Come under here, get your little fangs out of the way. Now, at this point in time, I think we can take our weapon here and hook it in, and it just goes, rotate these around like this so that your little clip here can clip onto the neck piece here. I think we can go ahead and do that now. If not, I'm sure it will tell me we can't. And I just closed the fangs up. I have a harder time keeping out these fangs than just about anything else with this transformation. There, now they won't go anywhere. Alright, so I have run into an issue with mine, and that is, if you look here on the leg, it looks like this piece right here should be movable. I cannot seem to get it to move for anything, and it could just be it's in there too tightly. I don't know. Regardless, what I end up having to do here is effectively take off both her legs, because I'm sure that moves. I'm sure it does, but mine's not. Bend them down like this. Actually, it's a little easier, believe it or not, to do it this way. Then you take in one of these shin pieces here and line it up properly, and there is a, you can't see, there's a port and a pin right there, along with a little clip that'll clip around her ankle here. And the tricky part is getting the port and the pin lined up, and then you can just get that on there. You know you've got it right when the black part of her leg is covered with this. And then we just come back around here and we sandwich this back together. Okay, so I ran into a little bit of an error. This has got to come up and rotate. I had it the other way. And then you can bring this in and clip it in right there so that she has her fangs. Okay. Now, this right here comes up like this. If you remember, we made our shins here do what we wanted it to do. Plug this in and try and line that up. You need to get the port in before you try and do the clip, and it's not the easiest thing. Even with the leg off, I can only imagine it would be that much more that additionally difficult trying to do this with without having it in here the right way. There we go, that one's on. Now I'll bring up my foot here, and it should just kindly clip on. And now it's not going to clip on. Well, you sorry little piece of unhappiness. Let's see here, get in there. And remember folks, you see me struggling with it, there's a daggone good chance you will too. So that's why I take the time to try and get this as accurate on camera as I can. This comes in, I'll pop it back on the ball joint, and I got it upside down. Daggone it. There we go. Just like that right there. Just like that right there. Now, let's do this one. Pull it in. Take the clip and clip it in here. Just like that. Take your foot and clip that on like that. Come down here and reattach that. Now we bring in our spider bits here, bring that in, and if you notice there's ports here for it. The tricky part is just lining everything up, just so. Yeah. And not dropping your piece on the floor where you can't find it. Oh, right here it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Look folks, this is not meant to be a difficult transformation, and realistically it's not. It's just being stubborn right now because the camera's on. Any reviewer knows this pain. Camera comes on and everything goes to crud. Oh, you have to give it a little bit of wiggle room here. I think that's the issue. This can't be pushed in all the way. It's got to have a little bit of play. There we go. Yep, that'll do it. Maybe, he says. Come on now, you're making me look bad. Quit it. Quit it. Quit it, quit it, quit it, quit it, quit it, quit it. Oh, this is starting to piss me off here, folks. It would be different if I hadn't done this before. But I have. And there's no reason for this to be acting this persnickety. But it sure enough is. See, that one goes in there just like that. This one comes in here like that. I got her head wrong or something. I don't think so. And her arms come in underneath and they just kind of rest under here, or at least I can't find any place to peg them in at. And I swear we ought to be able to do more for it. This is what happens when you start messing with it. Ooh, not a difficult transformation. It's just the pieces are so small. Who was it that made the bumblebee that was, you know, like the world's smallest transformer bumblebee type thing, to be in scale? I don't remember. But there it is. There she is, all transformed up. In this mode, she's coming in at a little better than 2.5 inches width-wise. Obviously her legs here 3.25. Height-wise, we're going to have to eyeball this, folks. Let's call it 1 inch and maybe 1/2 to 3/4. Yeah, transformation, I'm sorry it took me so long, but again, if you see me struggling with it, there's a really good possibility you will as well. So, taking a look at the detail, you can see the eyes here, the way that the coloring here comes through is very nice. We get all this still, the Black Widow spot there. Now, it's not the cleanest in the back, it's not the prettiest in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but from the top profile, it's fine. And if you notice, there is a large hollow section right here. If you look at it this way, it's really bad. But, you know, kind of dead straight on, it's not so bad. And I get it. I mean, they're trying to make a figure turn into a spider, a robot turn into a spider. I get it, but still. Yeah, and that's her transformation. Nope. Final thoughts wise, let's see, there's the 3 things I look for: cost, playability, and quality. The quality's here. I do like it. It does have some hollow bits in it, through here specifically, if you remember. It's kind of static. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do with it in this mode other than appreciate it. I guess you could hang it down from something if you really wanted to on a string. The cost is a bit prohibitive for what you get, I think, unless you're willing to simply accept the fact that this is painted extremely well. Yeah, should you buy it? She looks really good in robot mode. She's not the greatest in spider mode. I wonder, I really do, if I don't own it, if the Masterpiece one is better designed. Well, I'm sure it's better designed if it looks better in this mode. And I imagine it does, but again, we're comparing apples to oranges, and I don't know. Yeah, I for the price, again, I think I paid almost $35–40 from TF Source for this. I like it well enough, I'd buy it again. So I guess that's the ultimate test right there, isn't it? Would you purchase this again? And I have to say I would. Yeah. Playability, the transformation wasn't the greatest thing I've ever done, but, you know, we adapt. This is Tom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Apparatus are standing by.